Good evening. You're now with me, Radzi Ahmad, for TVS Nightline. We begin with this story. Sarawak continues to strengthen its position as a global destination by developing a comprehensive hospitality ecosystem that integrates transportation, aviation, healthcare, and accommodation. Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Jori Tunopeng says world-class infrastructure and services are key to enhancing the state's competitiveness and attracting more international tourists, investors, and service users.
Today's opening represents far more than the completion of building, as mentioned by Datuk Bobby. It symbolizes confidence in our future. It reflects the willingness of the private sector to invest in our economy, create new opportunities, and contribute meaningfully towards the long-term development of our state. We can only attract investment provided we have first-class services infrastructure.
He adds that the phased rollout of the hydrogen-powered ART system, set to begin at the end of this year, will complete Kuching's public transport network, making it easier for tourists to access key attractions without relying on conventional transport. On air connectivity, he says the rebranding of Maswings as Air Borneo will enhance access to Sarawak, with plans to gradually expand flight routes across ASEAN and East Asia. He adds that the integrated land and air transport network is expected to boost international arrivals, particularly from South Korea, Japan, and India, all within a 5-hour flight radius. The state government, he assures, also aims not only to increase visitor arrivals, but to encourage longer stays by providing comprehensive facilities, seamless connectivity, and high-quality services.
Having said the land connectivity through our public transport as well as our aerial bridge through Air Borneo, we anticipate, because of our way of living here, stability that we have here, perhaps the Koreans and the Japanese, even from India, within 5 hours range, they will come over here when we stay in Boko for long-term stay. What is important is a long-term stay with all the services provided so that they can stay comfortably. And kalau dia mau tengok kampung, dia ajak naik ART, dia tengok. Kalau dia mau main golf, di Damai, take RIT, go to Damai. No hassle for our tourists.
At the same time, he said Sarawak is also strengthening its medical tourism sector through the construction of 3 new world-class hospitals while upgrading existing healthcare facilities. He says the initiative completes Sarawak's service industry value chain and supports the state government's aspiration to transform the economy through high-value services. Population growth remains a key pillar of Sarawak's development agenda as the state seeks to ensure a sufficient workforce to support its future economic expansion. The Premier says that while Sarawak continues to implement major strategic development projects, its population of about 2.5 million remains a major challenge in meeting long-term manpower demands. He urges the younger generation to view starting a family as a meaningful contribution to Sarawak's population growth and future development.
The only thing is population. We have very small population, 2.5 million. So I would like to urge the young, cobalah banyak-banyak anak supaya our population is big. But to mitigate this, we need foreigners to come as tourists, as businessmen. At the same time, we have to upgrade our human resource.
At the same time, he says Sarawak needs to attract more foreign tourists and business travelers to drive its economic growth. Meanwhile, to strengthen human capital, Abang Johari says the state government provides free tertiary education to all eligible Sarawakians, regardless of their background.
Another investment we are putting in is free tertiary education to all anak Sarawak, irrespective of your background. As long as you are eligible to be admitted in our Sarawak-owned universities, within the 64 programs that we have identified, then we are able to produce the right manpower and a creative workforce for Sarawak to move us forward.
He says the initiative represents a long-term investment in developing a skilled, creative, and high-quality workforce to support the state's future development. Sarawak is fast emerging as a major destination for United States investment, with growing interest in green energy, technology, and high-impact industrial development. We spoke with David Gamble, the U.S. Embassy chargé d'affaires to Malaysia, who says Sarawak's renewable energy strengths and strategic location make it an increasingly attractive hub for global investors.
What Sarawak has done with hydropower and green energy is the kind of thing that attracts companies from the United States and from Europe and all over the world that come here because of the style and the sustainability of the industries that Sarawak can do, right? So you have the workforce, you have the green energy, you have the land, you have the resources, but most of all, you have the willpower and the drive to take Sarawak, to the next level, technologically, economically, and that's attractive to American companies.
Speaking at the 250th U.S. Independence Day celebration in Kuching, Gamble says many U.S. firms are exploring investment opportunities in Sarawak's renewable energy sector. He adds that American technology, including hydroelectric generation systems, smart grid monitoring, and other advanced energy solutions, could play a significant role in supporting Sarawak's large-scale clean energy projects.
Whatever project that Sarawak decides to do, and Sarawak Energy, when you talk to them, they have all the projects they're doing right now, which are fantastic, but then also all the ones that they're planning to do in the future. And America will be a part of almost every one of those projects.
He stresses that American companies are committed not only to investing capital, but also to developing local talent through training, technology transfer, and career advancements opportunity. Meanwhile, education and technical training opportunities in the U.S. are set to become a vital launchpad to produce skilled Sarawakian talent, supporting the state's rapidly expanding high-tech and renewable energy industries. U.S. Embassy chargé d'affaires David Gamble says strengthening bilateral educational ties will also lay the foundation for professional networks to attract foreign investment and economic collaboration. Gamble says more opportunities are now available for Malaysians, including Sarawakians, to pursue their studies in the U.S.
The United States remains open for students, and the opportunities for Malaysians are tremendous because Malaysia is increasingly becoming competitive on the world stage, right? In international business, and it's not just about what you can do locally anymore. And getting that opportunity to come to the United States, go to university in the United States, learn there, and that exposure to another country, but to bring that back and make Malaysian businesses, globally competitive, I think it starts with American education.
Gamble adds that Sarawak's transformation into a regional green energy hub will require a highly skilled workforce in fields such as renewable energy, digital technology, and AI. According to him, combining Sarawak's renewable energy strengths with American technological expertise could create more high-skilled jobs, while positioning the state as a competitive regional hub for green technology and sustainable economic growth. Malaysia's environmental, social and governance (ESG) agenda requires a whole-of-nation approach to achieve its sustainability goals. Deputy Prime Minister Dato' Amar Fadilah Yusof says close collaboration among government agencies, industry, academic institutions, civil society and the public is vital to ensure the success of the nation's sustainable development agenda.
Sebab agenda pembangunan mapan ini, ESG tak akan dapat berjaya kita capai melainkan kerjasama erat di antara kementerian, di peringkat persekutuan, agensi-agensi persekutuan, peringkat negeri, PBT, industri players, akademik dan juga masyarakat sivil. Dan lebih penting rakyat kita sendiri mesti terlibat bersama. Kalau kita nak menjadikan negara kita sebuah negara yang lestari untuk kita memenuhi komitmen ESG tersebut. Jadi setiap orang, setiap individu memainkan peranan.
He says ESG is no longer just a corporate reporting requirement, but has become a strategic approach that determines Malaysia's competitiveness in the global economy. He also stresses that ESG success should be measured by policies that deliver tangible benefits to the people, rather than by the number of policies introduced. At the same time, he notes that the key challenge ahead is ensuring stronger connectivity among all stakeholders to develop comprehensive policies and strategies while producing a high-quality workforce capable of driving the nation's sustainable development. Tehran has accused Ukraine of attacking an Iranian commercial vessel in the Caspian Sea over the weekend, causing an explosion that killed one sailor and injured another. Iran's Foreign Affairs Ministry claimed the attack had been acknowledged by the Ukrainian leadership and said it reflected Kiev's continued irrational and hostile approach towards Iran. RT International spoke to renowned Iranian political analyst Professor Dr. Said Mohammad Marandi, and here's what he said about Iran's response to Ukraine.
Obviously, the Ukrainian regime wants to be in the good books of Trump and Netanyahu, his chief allies. And the Europeans are also, like the British, they are cooperating with the United States against the Iranian people. But what they don't seem to comprehend is that the Iranians have lots of capabilities, and we've seen those capabilities over the past few months. And the superpower has been defeated in the 40-day war. It was defeated in siege warfare, and during the last 2 weeks, Trump has failed again. So people like Zelensky or the new British Prime Minister, among others, they should be very wary because they have interests and in this region that Iran can target, and also Iran can reach Kiev, and there will be an Iranian retaliation. When the Iranians say they're going to do something, I think by now everyone recognizes that that deed will be done. Kiev is not a very rational actor, and the Zelensky regime is desperate, and he is desperately trying to get more support from the United States. Trump, of course, is tilting increasingly towards Kiev, and although I believe that he is going to fail both against Iran and Russia, but I think Zelensky is basically doing this to get more support. But at the end of the day, I think it's becoming quite clear that the United States, NATO, the Europeans, they will fail both in Tehran, against Tehran, and in Moscow, and now against Sana'a in Yemen as well.
And that's it for TVS Nightline. Thanks for watching and have a good night.